We had a great training camp, and everybody's healthy right now. So we're looking forward to seeing how good we can play. It's always an unknown coming into the first game as to how you're going to be. So we'll learn a lot. We were assigned one of them. We drafted the other. So just happened that they were both from the Jets. Now Jonathan Reese was on their practice squad last year, and Ramon Adams was. He was signed as a future this last winter, so and then allocated into the league, and we drafted him in the allocation draft. So we're not locked into any one thing. We just want to move the chains offensively and get off the field defensively. So we're going to do whatever it takes to move the football, and we're going to do whatever it takes to stop people and get off the field on defense. Well, I think defensively, a couple guys to look at would be Jonathan Brown and Tony Ortiz, Tony's a linebacker, Jonathan's a defensive end. I think those guys, they really had some flashes during training camp, and I think that they could be very special in this league. Offensively, Matt Hatchett, our big wide receiver, he's a 4-year NFL veteran, and trying to restart his career in this league, and I think he's one to look at, and of course the quarterback, Sean Hill. Last year's team, we had Marcus Knight, who played in the Super Bowl for the Oakland Raiders. He was a receiver for us last year. He was Oakland's 5th receiver, and also was their kickoff returner. Derek Combs played half the season with the Oakland Raiders, and had something happen. I don't know if it was an injury or a personal issue that caused him to have to leave the team, but he was another one that made a roster. So we had a couple guys that were out there, playing in the NFL and on the active league, on their active roster. So we were very pleased about that. Biggest surprise to me with what happened in the NFL this year was the parity of the league. It's getting to be to where you really can't predict who's going to be there at the end of the season, and you really can't predict who's going to win from week to week. It was just an amazing season in terms of the parity, and going into the last 2 weeks of the season, there were still over 20 teams alive to get to make it to the playoffs, and that's a very unusual situation. I was very impressed with that. I think that Gannon, the quarterback for the Raiders, he had a tremendous year. He had a string of 300-yard games that went into double digits, and he was just unbelievable during that run, and it got him into the Super Bowl. So I think that they were pretty pleased with it too. Pete and I, we go back a ways, and he's a real good friend of mine, and always have an interesting game going against him, and it's always a good time because he's a good coach, and I know that his team will be in the ball game, and that he's done the right things with them, and that they'll be a sound fundamental football team, and that always makes for a good contest.